Hi, this is Bishop Craig in Lansing, and this is take one for the week of January 24. Peace be with you. I looked at my calendar today and found that as of now, I only have 3 Zoom meetings this week, and I was relieved. It's all getting old, isn't it? Going longer than we expected, longer than we hoped. I heard today that while there is a light at the end of the tunnel, we are still in the tunnel. I'm beginning to get people wanting me to bless them, kind of breaking the rules. We just need you to know that we need to get back to in-person worship. We just need to know you to know that we need to get back to potlucks. We just need you to know that we need to sing. We just need you to know that we need to get back to normal. We're getting tired and we've had enough. And I get it, because I would love to be putting on a robe on Sunday mornings and standing in a pulpit and preaching. I'd love to be meeting with the staff, and I'd like to be getting in the car and going somewhere rather than sitting in the basement. I get it. And then I opened the readings this week for the 31st of January, and the gospel reading is familiar. Jesus in Mark's gospel goes to the synagogue and teaches and then casts out an unclean spirit. They're amazed that Jesus teaches with authority and he has the power to back up his teaching. And, I think that's what people today are also looking for. Do we have the power of our teaching? Do we walk the talk? As we talk about loving our neighbor, sacrificial love, going to the cross, suffering, all of those things that we, renouncing power and privilege, social justice, are we willing to back that up in the way that we live as a church? So Jesus was kind of convicting there. The good news is Jesus teaches with authority. He brings the good news, and he has the power to back up his words. Do we? But I was really struck by the reading from Deuteronomy that talks about prophets. And God says 2 things about prophets in Deuteronomy in the reading that I read. First, he says that if a prophet speaks and people don't heed what the prophet says, God himself will hold the people accountable. So we're going to have some explaining to do as to how we do things. The other side of it, though, is that if a prophet presumes to speak in God's name a word that God did not command, that prophet will die. Now, we usually think of prophets as, overthrowing governments or speaking truth to power or whatever. Big stuff. But sometimes the prophetic word, the hardest word, is to speak truth to friends, to say a hard word to friends. I read the first Harry Potter book again during the pandemic, and Neville Longbottom gets points for Gryffindor, one of the houses, because he has the courage to speak a hard word to his friends, even though his friendship with them, he risks losing it. Prophetic words can be speaking hard words to friends, words said in love. So as we get long into the pandemic, and we're ready for it to be over. Some people say that half our country is living in the pandemic is really bad, we need to hang on, and the other half is living in the pandemic is over, we need to get on. And I think our churches are split that way, and people are split within our churches that way. As we live on in the pandemic, I'm balancing people that want me to bless their plans to potluck and sing with God's word that if you presume to speak a word in my name that I didn't say, you will die. So the prophetic word that I continue to get from God in my prayer is mask, wait, keep social distance, virtual worship is working, don't congregate. And so I'm going to continue to live that by that. I'm going to continue to say that. And if when people come to look for my blessing to do what they've decided to do, if I can't bless it, I'm not going to. It reminds me of the parishioners I would see in the grocery store as a pastor who would want me to bless the fact that they don't come to church, or the students who wanted me to bless the fact that they didn't do the assigned reading, or the pastors that want me to bless why they don't go to conference meetings or sit at assembly. Yep, I know all of the reasons why not to go, and I know that it's best if we go, even if it's not the best. And so anyone that presumes to speak a word in the name of God that God did not command will die. I love you all, but not that much. And I know that rostered leaders are in the same place. So understand that they are trying to be faithful as they lovingly say a word you may not want to hear. I'm Bishop Craig. That's Take One. The peace of Christ be with you. I hope you have a quiet week without too many Zoom meetings. Take care.